The truth about SEO and PPC leads in wholesaling real estate. Guys, it's Rick Ginn, and I'm going to start this video out by giving you a warning. You wholesalers are being hunted. You're being stalked by so many people that want to give you a one and done for SEO and PPC. And I'm here to tell you, stop. Watch this video and understand how it works, why you're being stalked, and what you need to do to be a truly successful wholesaler. But before I get into it, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe notification to continue to receive the best information on wholesaling today. So SEO and PPC, what is it? And unless you're like new on this planet, SEO just stands for search engine optimization. And it's basically the goal is to get you to the top of the page so you get more traffic, so you can get more leads. Sounds easy. We all love this. We all want to be at the top of the page. Here's the catch. You're not the only one who wants to be the top of the page. And at the end of the day, whoever puts in the most effort and the most money and the most consistency is going to wind up on the top. Now, PPC just stands for pay per click. Now, this is across the internet wise. It's not specific to wholesaling, but today we're going to talk about the specifics in wholesaling. Full disclosure, guys, I'm not a big fan of doing PPC and SEO because at the end of the day, it's complicated, it's hard, and it requires a big, massive budget. But I'll break down the details of if you want to do it, how to do it, and the pitfalls to avoid going forward. So we're talking about SEO and PPC. It's like everybody tells me I have to do it. And you're right. Everybody on the internet just, oh my God, I'm having amazing success. Do you ever notice everyone's just perfect at it? And the reality is if you've ever tried it yourself or you've even made a short stint, it's frustrating, it's complicated, and it's expensive. And most people, 97 to 98%, just quit it. So let's deep dive and find out, why is everyone telling you it's so great? Let's define what everyone is. The reality at the end of the day, you basically have one type of person telling you how to do it. And they're on the internet. They're everywhere. There's these paid ads, pay-per-click. They're in your feeds everywhere. They're YouTube specialists saying, I can crush SEO and PPC for you. Hire me and I'll show you, the wholesaler, how to do it. And it sounds perfect. We're almost back in guru land here. And the problem is it's almost 10 times worse in PPC and SEO because it's just not wholesaling. It's in every industry. And a consultant for this, they are hunting you. They know wholesalers are vulnerable because we like to hire people and get things done and get results. And they know that. The problem is they're just consultants. They got no skin in the game. They have a very broad view of everything. They promise you, in my opinion, unrealistic results if you stick to a plan. The reality is most people that hire these types of consultants, 90% failure ratio. So with this kind of failure rate, you just feel like you're getting pitched. And SEO and PPC, don't get me wrong, it's amazing if you can get it to hit. If a consultant told you the truth on what it'd take to truly be successful in it, most likely you would never even start it. It's just the truth. Guys, I've done it. I've had multiple business partners done it. I've done it in other businesses. It's the same results in each one of them. It takes an incredible amount of focus, energy, consistency, and a ton of money. So let's break down, what truly is a consultant then if these people are chasing you around. Consultants are usually professionals. Most of them have a college degree, and they're very broad in their scope. They know a lot about these things, but the reality is if they were so good, why wouldn't they just go and do it for their own business? Why? Because it's more lucrative to sell people the dream on SEO and PPC and basically just keeping monthly residuals coming in. And with a 90% failure ratio, they have to constantly go out and find new people. Hence you, the new wholesaler. So they go on all these different forums, they go on all these different sites, and they say, listen, have you ever tried PPC SEO? I can get you results. The reality is it's all going to be smoke and mirrors because to truly be successful in those businesses, it's going to take an incredible commitment, and they're trying to promise you results in as little as 30 to 90 days. Guys, it's completely unachievable. Ask any true SEO PPC expert. They will tell you it is a long-term approach. You can get lucky, but for the most part, if you started this campaign with a consultant, I'm going to tell you how it works out because I've hired so many of them. They're going to make such a sexy pitch to you, and in 30, 90 days, they're going to try to guarantee you a result. But the reality is you're not going to get it. And they're going to tell you, come on, just give me another few more months. And then you might go on one more month, and then you're going to quit because what they're telling you doesn't add up. And then sometimes they go, listen, it's going to require 10 times the budget, 3 times as long, but that's what it takes to be successful in SEO and PPC. Well, why didn't you just tell me that up front? The reality is you are nothing more than a paycheck to a lot of them. Now, there are a few exceptions, and I'm going to go over them right now for you. Now, those are consultants, and those are the ones you got to be aware of because they're only interested in signing up as many clients as possible. Sound familiar? Gurus do this in our wholesaling industry. So you got to understand an SEO PPC consultant is going to take the same tactics, and honestly, it's actually worse. So be aware of it. The second type that you got to consider if you're looking at SEO PPC is what we call an expert. And I don't like the word expert because what's truly an expert? To my definition of an expert is someone that has had massive success in their own business, and you have to chase them down. You see, a consultant's going to chase you down because they have to get as many clients as possible, and they want to get a fee. An expert, a true expert, has had such incredible success. Very often, they don't have a college degree. They're not a polished professional, but they've done amazing results in their business, and you're chasing them down. And you ideally, if you could make them your business partner, you're just starting out in wholesaling. And here's the difference in an expert. You ready for this? A true expert wants equity in your business. A consultant just wants a paycheck. And if you understand the difference in the two, if you had to hire someone, make sure you find an expert. An expert has a very narrow scope, very specific, and man, he or she goes deep. And those people are extremely, extremely hard to find. And if you can find someone, that's the only way I would move forward with a SEO PPC campaign as a wholesaler. So let me share some SEO wisdom and understanding for you because you have to understand how this works. So first of all, I'm going to start with the wisdom because this is most important because you probably go, man, I'm confused, Rick. Do I do SEO or not? If you're just starting out wholesaling and you're in your first year or your second year, don't touch it. I'm just telling you, the failure rate is probably 99.9% for any wholesalers with a year or less or experience. Why? Because it's hard and you don't know anything about SEO and PPC and you're going to trust a consultant. Unless you go find an expert and basically make him your business partner, you are dabbling in a field which they're going to take money out of your wallet. Now, I'm not here to say SEO and PPC doesn't work. It does, and I'm going to show you how. But in your first year or two, you have to focus on growing your business and using a government list and using just hardcore guerrilla tactics to get the highest profit level for you to get out of your circumstances so you can be financially free. And that's the key, guys. If you're just starting out wholesaling, do not focus on SEO PPC because it's going to be a distraction. It's going to cost you a ton of money. If you thought direct mail is expensive, PPC is a whole nother level. And I'm here to tell you, stick to the core, get your first 10 to 20 deals done, and then look at your options going forward. Second thing is SEO PPC is a long-term play. And my definition of long-term, 1 year plus. There's no such thing as a 30 or 90-day track record. Honestly, SEO and PPC eats up people through the 30, 90 days. You go through this consultant like round door because most people give up after 3 months if it's not profitable. So if you already know it takes a year to actually get traction and build, why? Because most people quit after 90 days. Occasionally people go to 180. The ones that really make it go all 365 days. Most people don't have the staying power to pay those kind of fees and be consistent. And for that reason, you have to understand SEO PPC is a long-term play. If you try to play the short game, you will get killed as a wholesaler. The next thing you got to understand is a lot of consultants will try to clickbait you in and give you a cost per lead strategy. Hey, it's only $8 a lead, $12 a lead. Guys, it's nothing for marketing to get you to sign up. Who cares what your cost per lead is? How many deals have you helped people get under contract and actually taken to the closing table for profit? At the end, that's all that counts. A cost per lead, if it's $5 per lead and you've got 500 leads, it's $2,500 expense. It doesn't matter. Like, who cares what listen, if I got one deal and the deal cost me $3,000 and I made $20,000, I'm okay with that. But if they just advertise cost per lead, be very, very wary because in the end, that stat is not relevant to your wholesaling business. And they use that as a lead to suck you in to show you, I can get leads cheaper than anyone else. But in the end, all that matters is what you contract and what you close on. The cost per lead, honestly, I don't even look at it anymore. I have to look at end results to make progress in SEO and PPC. Here's another wisdom factor in SEO PPC. If you're going to take the strategy, I would find a business partner or someone you trust and make them your partner and let them run that program because it takes thousands and thousands of hours to truly understand it. And if they're truly your business partner, they're going to look out for your best interest and they'll take that 1 year fight and battle for you. And that, my friend, is the only way as a newer wholesaler I would even take on that venture. So if your friend or your partner is really good at PPC and maybe they've had success in other business and they had interest in wholesaling and it aligned, then knock yourself out. That's the perfect way to get into it. But without that dedication and experience, for you to hire a consultant, it is very, very dangerous and you have a high chance of failure. So let's just break down just an understanding of SEO and PPC so you understand how it relates to wholesaling. So the first one you got to understand is the paid per click. One of the biggest, there's two biggest ways to do it. A lot of people do it on Facebook and some do it on Google. And I'm going to tell you and understand the difference. The reason you're chased down so much with Facebook ad marketing for wholesaling is the cost per lead is super cheap. Guys, it's like crazy cheap. And that's the key what people market to you. And you got to understand most consultants will, if they sign up 1,000 clients and they have 30 that have success, you're just going to hear about 30 beautiful stories. And what you don't understand is there's 970 other failures. And you're never disclose this information because the people that are having success doing that are the exception and they're not the rule. Unfortunately, this is the reality of the world of marketing. And if you understand going into it, you get it. The second part of Facebook leads that they won't share with you is when you go on Facebook, like if you are on Facebook, like just scrolling through your feed, you're not hunting to sell your home. Like it's not like Google. So you have to run across basically an ad, you click it, and then you go, well, I'll think about it. And here's the truth. The average nurturing time, which means from the time they make contact to you, the time you actually close on a property on a Facebook lead is 12 to 24 months. I know this stat because we use it in our brokerage and it's very expensive for us. Now it works a lot better for realtors. I'm going to be the first to tell you for wholesaling houses, it's painful. Like there's no other word. And most people quit after 3 months. And here's the last one you got to understand. Facebook constantly changes the rules and the parameters. And for that reason, unless you're really good at it or you have a friend that's an expert on it, you're constantly going to get played by the consultants because they don't even understand the changing rules. I don't like Facebook marketing for wholesaling because I've done an entire year campaign on it. And in the end, I didn't even come close to breaking even. Now, that's my results in my market. I haven't done it in virtual markets because I just don't like it. People don't go on Facebook to sell their homes that are distressed. They just don't do it. You have to get lucky. I don't like to be lucky. I like to be right. And for that reason, I stay away from Facebook marketing. I'm not saying it doesn't work, but listen, if you polled 100 wholesalers that did Facebook marketing, the numbers would speak volumes to you guys. Make your own decision. Don't fall for the cheap cost per lead because in the end, if you don't do any deals and you have to spend thousands of man hours on the follow-up, they're not really that cheap because they take an enormous amount of follow-up and you have to basically convince people to sell you a house. And I've already told you, you can't make people wholesale you a house. They just have to be qualified and ready to go. And then you have to demonstrate your expertise and your services and you move forward with it. The second one is like a Google pay per click. And this one's a little bit different. This one's actually effective because when you go into Google, like sell my house fast and say you're in Port St. Lucie or whatever, it pops up. And then what happens is people like us, we bid on the keywords. Now, here's the key is a lot of these biddings is up to $1,000 for like sell your house fast keywords. So every time somebody clicks that, boom, 1,000 goes out of your ad account and it can go on and on. The reality is I like Google because people specifically search and it's very fast. And if someone's looking to sell their house and you move fast, you can get amazing results. Here's the problem though. I've never seen someone be successful in anything less than like a $20,000 a month campaign. Let me repeat that. $20K a month for 1 year. Guys, that's almost a $250,000 commitment. This is why I want you to stay away from it when you just get started wholesaling. Once again, if you have a friend that's had massive success and they understand the metrics and how it works, it might be worth it, but that is the exception, not the rule. Guys, it takes 1 year to get the rankings in the SEO, $20,000 commitment. Guys, these aren't $1,000, $2,000 budgets. These are big budgets. And then guys, if you're spending that kind of money, you got to make sure you have an expert staff that has the most amazing closing abilities because you cannot afford to not close these leads. They're so expensive that as a newbie, you can't try these leads if you don't have the experience and the wisdom in wholesaling. And for that reason, you want to avoid pay-per-click SEO if you're just starting out. So guys, that's my summary of SEO PPC. I'm not an expert in it. And honestly, if you're new to this business as a wholesaler, I would avoid those because you have to learn to talk and convert sellers. And once you get more proficient in it, you get some money in your bank account, you can make a decision. Go out and find a partner that would partner up with you that is excited about wholesaling and really understands the SEO PPC. That's the only way I would do it. And honestly, I haven't found that person yet. And if you find them, maybe I'm interested. But honestly, you can be wildly successful out these. You just can't afford to go $250,000 in the hole. The reality, it takes 1 year, $250,000 budget with a Google PPC. And why do I know this? Because I've hired experts, I've hired consultants, I've partnered up with people that have had success, and I've watched them all come and go. And over my last 20 years, this is the truth about SEO and PPC. The reality is all you hear is the good stuff. What you got to understand understand you've got to get the facts so you can make a decision what's best for your business. Guys, go out there and wholesale deals. Although I love if you could just click a button and get a hot lead, but it takes more than that. It takes a huge commitment. And for that reason, I want to keep you on the right path. Guys, this is my opinion. Take it or leave it. I've been down this path hard and long. And for the most part, you have to have a big budget and a huge one-year commitment to do this. So I want you to focus on wholesaling. I want to put money in your bank account, and I want to teach you how to talk to sellers. And once we get you a bunch of deals and get money in your bank account, then you can make decisions like this. You want to move forward. Just don't make it in your first couple of years, because I think it would be detrimental to your business. So guys, let me know in the comments, are you avoiding SEO PPC? Have you tried Facebook ads? I would love to hear your opinions, because maybe you guys can give me some feedback on maybe I'm missing something. Remember, my goal here is to educate and help you and give you both sides of the story so you can make an educated decision what's best for you. As I said, stick to wholesaling, get a bunch of deals under your belt, get the experience, and then it opens up more opportunities because you get more time, money, and expertise. And then that's what I recommend to do. So if you like this video, do me a favor, make sure you smash that like button, hit that subscribe notification button. This is Ginn, and I'll see you in the next video.